Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, and if you're new here, hi, my name is Chelsea and I'm a narcissistic abuse survivor, and my channel talks about everything narcissistic abuse related and how I escaped from it and survived it. So let's get started on today's topic. So first and foremost, I would like to wish you all a belated happy holiday, happy new year, and I hope you guys had a good one. And also too, if you hear a loud noise in the background, that's just my heater running. Please ignore that. But anyway, today I want to talk about the perks of going no contact with your narcissist. So honestly, we all, especially when it comes to your narcissistic family, you yearn for that family closeness, but you know you're not going to get it, but you try to force it, but now that you've come to the realization that you can't force that closeness with your narcissistic family, you just got to learn to let go. And I know it's going to be hard for you to let go of that, but you have to do it for your own health, your own sanity. As much as I wanted that family closeness with my narcissistic family, I knew that I would never get it. The only family that I have now is my mother, my stepfather, and of course, my husband and my children. And now I have an uncle on my late father's side that I'm starting to be close with again. So I guess I can count him as my family. I mean, he is my family by blood, but we're just now getting back to being close again because, my narcissistic family, just to be clear, is on my mother's side, and my mom doesn't have no contact with them either. But anyway, now that it's been almost 9 years now since I've been in contact with my narcissistic family, honestly, even when it comes down to the holidays, spending holidays with your family, I know that it's hard and it's sad. Usually the holidays are my least favorite holiday. It always has been ever since I was 12 years old. Because when I was 12, I remember spending I wouldn't say my first Christmas, but I guess you could say this was the first Christmas that I spent with them since my sister and I moved in with our grandparents. My sister was at the time still a baby. She was about 7 months old and I was 12, of course. And it was then around that Christmas time when I discovered how fake and how phony my family really was. Me seeing that at 12 years old, that says a lot. And just because of that time, I totally dread the holidays. And honestly, I haven't had a Christmas tree up since 2016. I haven't had my Christmas tree up, but I still get presents for my children. I never want to deprive them of having somewhat of a Christmas, But anyway, I'm kind of getting off topic here, but I guess that's kind of on topic in a way. But I'm just saying, the perks is knowing that, you don't have to worry about walking on eggshells with your narcissist, thinking, oh, how they're going to react now, or if I tell them about this, or if I tell them about that. And also too, like I said, when it comes to holidays, you can create your own holiday tradition without being, thinking that it's going to be some drama, with your narcissistic family during the holidays. I mean, that's how it was with me. When it came to celebrating holidays with my narcissistic family, I'm wondering what shit's about to pop off this time. It's always a lingering thing with me. And now that I have gone no contact with my narcissistic family, I can now be able to do things, my way, the way I want to do things. I can celebrate my birthday and other holidays the way I want to celebrate them, not the way they want to celebrate. I don't have to do what they say anymore. I don't have to, please them anymore. I can do for myself now. And my husband and I were kind of struggling on how to, we've been brainstorming different ideas of what we can do during not just Christmas, but Thanksgiving, Easter, our birthdays, our kids' birthdays. You know, we've been trying to brainstorm certain things, what we can do. Because my husband keeps constantly reminding me several different times that, you know, that I'm not around my family anymore. We need to, you know, not just we, but myself. He was saying to me, like, this is something I have to heal from and stuff like that. And honestly, he's right. I have to pretty much get out of that, you know, that mind frame, you know. But honestly, another perk about going no contact with my narcissistic family is that, you know, once again, like, I can have peace in my house, in my household. Now, back when I lived at my grandmother's, there was never any peace in that household. It's from the time I get up in the morning to the time I go to bed at night, it was always some chaos, some BS going on. And what I mean is, one of my stupid ass aunties calling the house to be nosy, especially me and my mom, we call her lard ass or lard butt, whatever the hell. She's second to my mom, considering that my mom's the oldest. But she was always constantly calling the house just to be nosy, because clearly it seems like she don't have a life of her own, which she clearly does. She just wants to be nosy. I mean, she has a whole husband and another child to take care of, and she has a job. And what pisses me off the most is because she will call from her work phone in the mornings while my grandma is getting my sister ready for school. She will call at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. Granted, even though my grandma will be up around that time, but god damn it. Who the hell want to talk on the phone at 7, 8 in the morning? Lord knows I don't. I barely don't even like talking to people at work when I get there, let alone talk on the phone with somebody. And from what my mom has told me, because my mom worked, like my aunt, she works at a bank, right? And my mom worked at several different banks before. And from what she has told me, she told me that banks are very strict. They have really strict policies as far as phone calls. Like, and one of those policies, I can't think straight. One of those policies is you cannot make no personal phone calls on company phones unless it's a life and death emergency. And clearly my aunt, she had a whole cell phone. She could have just waited to one of her breaks to call her mom, my grandma. I mean, that would have been the least decent thing she could do. I mean, shouldn't you, when you get to work in the morning, especially in the morning, shouldn't you be working, not calling your mom at 7, 8 in the morning? I mean, honestly, I don't even talk to my mom every day. I don't. I may talk to my mom maybe once or twice a week. And of course, just about every day, I wouldn't say every day, but like me and my mom, we exchange funny memes on Messenger and stuff like that. But me and my mom, as far as talking on the phone, me and my mom maybe talk once or twice a week, if that. But my aunt in particular, she just will not. She just want to be nosy. She doesn't know when to get a life of her own, you know. And that's what was annoying to me living in my grandmother's house. Like I said, it was that chaos alone that just really grinded my gears, you know. And that's one of the things that stressed me out. And if she wasn't calling the house, she was at the house. So whenever my grandma would say, hey, you know, Aunt so-and-so's coming over, and I knew then, I was like, yep, I'm going to be in my room because I don't want to be around that bitch. And I remember I was sitting there just daydreaming and thinking like, man, I just want to be living on my own place. I ain't got to deal with this shit. Like, I just want to get away from here and move out of here and get the hell away from this shit, because I didn't have any peace, you know? I didn't have any peace whatsoever living in my grandma's house, knowing that this is what I had to deal with every day. So, yeah. So another perk that I came atop of my head, that going no contact with your narcissist, is knowing that you can live your life freely. Living life the way you want to live it, not living your life the way your narcissist wants you to live it. You can live your life the way you want to, because pretty much you know, life is really what you make it, and that's the way I'm living. I'm living my life the way I want to. And what I mean is, like, now I may be a late bloomer on this, but I didn't get my first car until I was 32 years old. You heard that right. I didn't get my first car until I was 32. And prior to that, I remember prior to that, like, my aunts were really on my case from the time I was 16 of like when I was going to get me a car, when I was going to get my license, you know, all that other stuff. But during those times from late teens to my 20s, you know, I feel like I wasn't ready for that type of responsibility of having my own car. You know, I wasn't ready, you know. And one thing I've learned in life, that people do things on their time, not on other people's time. And once again, I live my life on my own terms, not on other people's terms. And that's one thing that you have to learn too. Just live life on your terms, not on, because if you live your life on other people's terms, you're never going to be happy. Plain and simple. You're never going to be happy. And honestly, I knew that eventually I would get my own car, just not when they wanted me to. And honestly, they swore up and down that they were going to help me get my own car and my license stuff, but it never happened. My aunts will help their kids, which they should, because those are their kids. They'll help their own kids get themselves together and stuff like that. Even though they swore up and down they'll help me too, considering I'm their niece, but they never did. But one good thing that I got over my cousins, because they had their moms and dads to get them out of any jam that they were in. You know, whenever they're in an effed up position, they can always call their parents to help them. Me, I don't have that. I can't call my mom every time I get myself in a jam. I have to figure things out on my own. And that's what makes me stronger, and that's what makes me, I'm not trying to parade around like I'm better than everybody, but I know that I am better in a lot of ways than my own cousins, because I am self-made, I am self-sufficient, and you know, I'm a lot stronger than they are, once again, because I've figured things out on my own. Even when I was homeless, I never went back to my narcissistic grandma's house to live. I never did that. I was brave enough to figure things out on my own, you know? So yeah, if that's what makes me better than my own family, my cousins and everybody, then so be it. At least I know that I came up on top, okay? Plain and simple. So in conclusion, live your life on your terms, because no matter how you want to impress and make your narcissist happy, you're never going to make them happy. So what else can you do? Live your life on your terms. As long as you're not hurting yourself or hurting anybody else or doing anything that's going to land you in prison, live your life, because nobody's going to live your life for you. And always remember that you are your own person, and that's it, and that's all. So I'm going to wrap this video up with that, and I hope you guys are having a blessed and prosperous day or night wherever you are. So yes, so in the meantime, like and comment on this video, and of course subscribe to my channel for more content, and I will talk to you guys later. So bye.